Hey everybody, it's Barry from Showbiz Blueprint. So excited to be bringing you this interview with Brian Kaplowitz of SpeakerMatch.com, a service I found out just recently joined, and I've just been enjoying getting in there, setting up my profile, seeing what's happening. Because as you've seen over the last couple of days, I've sent out a series of articles that have talked about mixing our passion for what we have in life, what we've been educated in, experiences we've had as entertainers. Deep-seated moral beliefs, family lineage, really anything that you have a passion about speaking about. If there's an audience for it, we have a huge advantage as entertainers, just being able to bring our stage skills and our skills we have from our act into speaking. So there's a great opportunity there for entertainers to enter that field head and shoulders above someone who just decides, I want to go talk to audiences. So we have a great advantage. Speaker Match is a really fantastic site, and you got the creator, the founder of the product here to talk to us today, and also to offer us something a little bit extra if we want to check it out. So without any further delay, let me introduce the founder of Speaker Match, Brian Kaplowitz, who's coming to us from the greatest city in America.
Hi, Barry. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, you bet. So you're from Austin, Texas, or you're in Austin, Texas. I don't know if you're from there, but
Yes, I'm in Austin. Very nice weather today.
love that place, man. Such a such a nice city. Done a number of corporate dates there and just enjoy walking around. I barely want to sleep there, so I can just walk around and enjoy it. So anyway, Brian, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brought you to Speaker Match and into this whole part of the world? I asked your Paul, who works for you, I'm not sure of his position, but I said, are you and Brian speakers? And he had a great line. He was like, oh no, we're geeks. Which is awesome.
That's pretty much where I come at this from. I started this business when I was a business technology consultant, so a software developer.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss told me that I could get a little extra income if I would speak at some conferences, and I could not find an easy source of meeting planners who were looking for people to speak. And my topic was, database development, other technical kinds of things, and definitely not a jump around the stage kind of motivational speaker. But
Right.
I was
No
looking for
juggling
places.
of magic in your entire talk.
No. I'm very much a back office kind of geek. I like sitting at the computer and being at my desk a little bit. Anyway, I was looking for an easy way to find places to speak, and that's really how the Speaker Match job board came about.
Yeah, fantastic. So when did Speaker Match start?
I launched this at the very end of 2001. It officially became Speaker Match in 2002. So we are going on, what, 13 years now?
Yeah, that's incredible. In the technology sector, that's it. You're like an old established company. That's incredible.
I started up before startup was a term. I didn't,
Right.
didn't know anything about that. There were some big web businesses that had just launched or were launching during that time period, but not like today.
Well, it sounds like it came about very organically. It's something you were actually out looking for and just saw a hole and connected the dots.
That's right. Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, that's neat. So, Speaker Match, what if you had to tell somebody what it is in a second? Of course, we're going to delve into it, but do you have kind of a quick pitch of what it is?
Yeah, Speaker Match is it is a job board for speakers. So it is great for anybody that is looking to be in front of an audience. Entrepreneurs, authors, subject matter experts, they're all ideal candidates for Speaker Match. And if you notice, I use the term emerging speakers here, and that's very important for me to get across. We are not a traditional speakers bureau in the sense that we are working with the established speakers who are making more than around $5,000 per speech. Our target audience is those people that are not making a full-time living as a speaker. They're making less than $5,000 a speech. Even less than $1,500 a speech is probably a better target for them. For our target, but that's who we're looking for. We have jobs for them. If you're looking for places to speak, we've got places to speak.
Interesting. So, and that's a great distinction to make because a lot of folks who are entertainers, magicians, jugglers, ventriloquists, comedians, singers, whatever, they may have some message, but they're not going to head out and be the $10,000 keynote right away. Speakermatch.com is a place for them to get their feet wet for paid gigs. And I've been watching for a couple days. There's an email that comes every morning, Speaker Match job alerts. And it's fascinating just to kind of see what's on there, what people are looking for, and there are cities all over America and different topics. And so many times I'm reading them going, wow, this would be fun if I was in Boston. There was a great one that came this morning from Boston. I thought this would be really fun to go talk to a group just about customer service and make it a fun talk. So, you know, and one thing I just want to tell everyone who's watching this, you guys are entertainers, what we talk about in Showbiz Blueprint and Get More Corporate Gigs is about having opportunities to practice our sales, practice our funnels, practice our customer relationship building skills. So SpeakerMatch.com seems like a wonderful place, if nothing else, to land some gigs that aren't going to change your income level. But if you want to put your feet into this water and get some speeches up to $5,000, $1,500 to $5,000, or even there was even ones down to $500 on there. So I love that part of it. So what kind of speakers are using SpeakerMatch.com? You must know after 13 years have a good feel for who your people are.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, we have jobs that are down as low as $500. We also have a lot of free jobs. So I want to just make clear what that is that the types of opportunities that we have, and that would be chambers of commerce, Rotary clubs, networking groups, educational institutions, associations, charitable organizations, all different types of organizations bring in speakers. And so to answer your question, the types of people that are using the Speaker Match job board are really people that speak on just about anything you could possibly imagine, because all of those different audiences are looking for different types of speakers. There really is no limit to the type of subject matter expertise a speaker needs to have to find a job on our job board. But really, I think what all meeting planners are looking for is an entertaining speaker. They are looking for somebody that is going to be doing more than just reading from their notes.
Yeah, and it's funny, entertainers, of course, we would probably have to, we work content into our presentations if requested, so I think most entertainers come at that from, I know what I need to do on stage, I know what I need to do to engage an audience, and if you have some content, if you have some mission that you want to talk about in life, you already have a huge leap start on most speakers. So I spent a fair amount of time in Showbiz Blueprint. I think one whole module we just talked, and some extra homework about combining what we've done in the life and what we do on stage, and what's that sweet spot right in the middle of that Venn diagram. Where's a place that we can bring life to audiences who would never have seen us? In my life, I've spoken at ham radio conferences, aviation conferences, because I have commercial pilot's license. Triathlon audiences. I got to do something very special at a triathlon event once, just because I was an entertainer. I knew how to be on stage, and I was in this triathlon. So lots of opportunities to get out there and show bigger in life, take our skills and our passions and bring them together. So do you see the folks at Speaker Match business focused? Are there people who are in motivational, technical, everything like you've done? Is there some kind of one niche that plays more often on Speaker Match than others?
Well, meeting planners and audiences like to be entertained. They want somebody that is interesting and fun to watch, somebody that's fun to listen to. They like great storytellers. So if there's one thing that brings everybody together as far as the great speakers, the really good speakers are great storytellers. As far as subject matter expertise, it's all over the board. It could be somebody that speaks on, we have people that speak on periodontal disease and etiquette and education, sales. Like I said, there's just about every subject matter you could possibly think of. But what most meeting planners tell me when they're looking for a speaker is that they want somebody that is motivational, inspirational, and somebody who would be a good fit for their audience. They can tell me all about their audience. They can tell me what the makeup is, the demographics, so many men, so many women, what they do for a living, how old they are, and they want somebody that is good for their audience, somebody that's motivational, inspirational is usually what they ask for.
Yeah, that's really good to bookmark, because
So,
that's right.
motivational periodontal disease experts.
Oh,
That's interesting, huh?
man, if that's you.
Well, there are some subjects that could be very dry, very difficult to hold on to the audience's attention if you're speaking for an hour. So you want somebody that is somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, it's a huge help. So do you, Speaker Match, do you guys market to any meeting planners, or does your audience come to you purely through SEO and word of mouth?
It is mostly through SEO and word of mouth. We've done a
Yeah.
really good job with our positioning online, and partly because we've been doing it for so long, and from the very beginning we were focused on that, making sure that we were found in the search engines. So we've paid a lot of attention to that always, to make sure that it's easy to find us. If you are looking for a speaker, the chances are very good that you're going to be going online to do your search. And again, just talking about our market, the emerging speaker market, most meeting planners that are looking for a speaker in that market do not have a lot of money to spend. They don't have a big budget. So they're not going to a speakers bureau to find the talent they're looking for. What they're doing is they're asking their friends and colleagues and relatives. They may put something on their website or in their newsletter to find a speaker, but they also go online. They go right to Google or to their favorite search engine, and they type in sales speaker in Los Angeles or whatever it is they're looking for. That is how most of our meeting planners are finding their speakers. It's really how most people find speakers today. The great majority of the market is the emerging speaker market. It's a substantially bigger part of the market. It's approximately 28 out of 30 speakers are in the emerging speaker market. So,
explain that a little bit. 28 out of 30 are in the emerging speaker market. I want to make sure people understand that.
So we have approximately 7,000 events per day in the United States where a speaker is brought in to be in front of an audience. 7,000 per day. And the National Speakers Association has approximately 3,500 members. Those are the professional speakers.
Yeah.
So and on average, those professionals speak about 2 times per month. So about 7,000 events per month are taken up by the professionals. Okay. The other 28, 29 days of the month have opportunities that are available for everybody else. So about 7,000 a day for everybody else, and that's the people that speak at Mary Kay meetings, or for a Boy Scout troop, or at a church group or youth group, or breakout sessions for great big conferences.
Absolutely.
So that's a great source of emerging speakers. Big businesses may have a conference that goes on for 5 days, and they have 40 breakout sessions. During, in between breakfast and lunch, they have 40 breakout sessions that are repeated 3 times. All of those speakers, most of those speakers would be in the emerging speaker market.
Interesting. Okay, so that's wonderful. And I just wanted to bring something up. I just did let me get on the right screen. I just did a quick Google search. I just said hire a speaker. And, the things that come up that you would think about, the speakers bureaus, the ones who are speaker rentals, that's a different kind of speaker. But right here, Speaker Match, you guys have done a good job with SEO right there on 3rd result, and I'm sure there's some results you'll come up first place for. So
yeah, there are different strategies that we use to get to move to the top. There is a big difference between audio speakers and keynote motivational speakers. So we tend to focus on the topics that people are looking for, and most meeting planners are looking for speakers in a certain area of the country or a certain city. So there's often those things tied together. It would be a sales speaker in Los Angeles, for example.
And it's funny, I've been watching my job alerts that come from Speaker Match every morning since I joined a couple weeks ago. And it's a big variety, and a lot of them are exactly what you're saying, these opportunities for kind of emerging, cutting-edge people who, and I've seen some budgets up to $5,000 on here, and there's just a couple that sounded so interesting, and I'm excited to be a part of that and to jump in there. And I think if anyone's sitting around thinking, gosh, there is this piece of me, my education I went to college for, or something that I've really studied deeply, to mix your skills, this is a really cool opportunity. Anyway, I know you had planned a little bit to show us around Speaker Match and maybe take us around and give us a little insight to it, and I really appreciate the tour. By the way, on your website, you do an excellent job of just driving people around the site a little bit and showing what it's like. And I feel honored that you're spending some time with us here to take us on a live tour. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll give you a quick overview of some of the main aspects of the site that I think people will be interested in. This is an example. Can you see my screen now?
Perfect.
So most important thing about our site is that we are a job board, so you will find opportunities posted. And this is unlike a typical speakers bureau where they hide all the contact information about the meeting planner, what they have. You can go through the listings. I'll show you that in just a minute. But you'll see when the event is, where the event is, how much they're willing to pay, how many speakers they're looking for, all the information about the event, how big the audience is, exactly what the meeting planner is looking for, and you have the opportunity to respond to every event that is posted on our job board. So we want you to know as much as possible. You get in touch directly with the meeting planners. All of the information about what's going on in your Speaker Match account is accessible in your dashboard. We have a speaker dashboard. So you actually post a profile so that meeting planners can learn about you. You have the ability to make a very robust profile that has programs, and you can put articles and your blog posting. You can have a video library, an audio library. But this dashboard kind of keeps you updated with the most important things that are going on. So it's real easy to keep track of what's happening. This is an example speaker right here. You can kind of get some, he gets an idea of how many times his profile has been viewed and times that it's favorited. So how many times it's viewed is very important, and if you're using the system, if your profile is being viewed a lot but you're not getting contacted by a meeting planner, even that is very helpful information. It means that you're doing the right things with your keywords, with your headlines, with your photo, whatever it is to drive people to your page, but then for some reason you're not closing the deal. You're not stirring up enough interest from that meeting planner to want to do more with you. And so we try and give you these important statistics, let you know how your applications are doing, and which programs are being viewed the most. So
just looking at that, that's a nice piece down on the bottom. If a speaker has, though that person has 3 programs, and here's the ones that are being viewed, what percentage of the time.
Exactly. So again, that can tell you which headlines are working, which ones are driving traffic, and help you to fine-tune your marketing. It's a great way to do live marketing. You can find out immediately what's going on with your profile and how meeting planners are responding. It's just an example of types of things that are in your profile. Over on the left side, you have your profile. You can put a picture in there, your biography. You have programs, slide shares, articles, lots of things that go into a profile. It makes this very, very robust. It is a complete picture for a meeting planner. You have the ability to create a very good picture for a meeting planner about what you have to offer. And if you're just getting started, this is a great way for you to explain to the meeting planner that you have some qualifications, because if you don't have a professional media kit that you've had printed up, sometimes it's a little bit hard to convince a meeting planner that you might be a good fit for them. They want to know a little bit more about you. And this profile that we have gives you a way to give them a very good sense about what else you can bring to the table.
I love it. And I like also that I've looked through some profiles of people, and you could put on, 5, 10 programs, whatever you want, and just be able to test them, be able to, is there some interest in this topic? We may never know. And a lot of entertainers. I've worked with entertainers coaching, and in my different programs since 2009. I know that entertainers, we work very well on deadlines. So imagine having up a program that, I could do this program, I can get this together. Here's a meeting in my town. Amazing, I have a booking in a month. You know what's going to happen in a month? You're going to have that program written and ready to perform. So we can sit around and wait for the exact perfect instant, which is a death. It'll never be the perfect time. Or we can get something that's low pressure and it's a chance to just deliver, to show up and deliver. So I love that. I love that we can we can put up programs up there that maybe we've never even performed yet. So good stuff.
Just real quick, I'll give you an example or an overview of the job board that we have. This is the job board. This is live. Make sure that I go to the right screen here. There we go. So this is an idea of how we lay out the jobs. We tell you when the job was posted, gives you a response deadline, it gives you information about the event, when it is, where it is, and how much they have to pay. Clicking on anything will give you a complete picture of that of that opportunity. So where it is, when it is, everything.
Yeah, so here's something that a meeting planner is putting together. This one looks like it's Respect Week speaker promoting acceptance. Wonderful. Way of the Warrior partnering. Oh, that's interesting. Speakers needed, free. Yeah, so there's everything about the event and who you would get in there and contact and how you would apply. And there's your apply online right there. Wow.
That's right. So applying online is real simple. It's just a click. You fill out an application. An application teaser, you have a letter of application. That's a little note that you write to the meeting planner. You can tell them if you're within driving distance. That may help them a little bit. They can save on some travel expenses. You have the ability to attach a video to your application. And this video piece is really kind of neat. You can have a video from your video library, which might be an example of what you speak on, of you in front of an audience. But another part of this would be a live video where you are recording a video to a specific meeting planner and they can get a feel for who you are. It's almost like a video voicemail. You say, "Hi, Joanne, my name is Brian, and I would be a great candidate for your event because." Right. Meeting planners will pay attention to that. They will stop and look at that and see, it's something different than just that written application. So that has worked out to be, it's very nice for meeting planners to be able to see that.
Oh, I love that. Love that idea.
So let me see if I can get back to the right place.
We all have one of these things. We all have a quality video camera right in our pocket just to be able to pop a quick intro for this planner that has something to do with that event and put it up and submit it right away. That's fantastic.
That's right. And then there are a lot of opportunities in here, so we make it real easy to search for opportunities that might work. Up at the top right here, I'm just typing in food. There's a couple of jobs here that are related to food, so you know where it is, when it is, how much it pays, and if you want to come back to it later, it's real easy to just add a bookmark, and you can see all of your bookmarked events, put a little note in there. Makes it real easy, super easy. Education.
Man, this looks like it was put together by someone who understood databases. Well done.
Well, we try to make it as easy as we can. But yeah, you see these fee ranges in here, how many people. So sometimes people need a lot of speakers. In this example, they need 12 speakers. So they're not paying anything for you to be there, but there are lots of ways to make money as a speaker other than just the traditional speaking fee. We talk a lot about that. So we want people to be as successful as possible when they are starting out as an emerging speaker. Most people are going to fail when they are getting started. When they try to launch a speaking business, most people fail. It's like 31 out of every 32 people fail when they try to start a speaking business. They fail within the first year. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they may be really good in front of an audience, but they are not great at marketing themselves. So we work really hard to make sure that speakers know what they need to know in order to maintain a sustainable speaking business. We have a
Mm.
regular teleseminar series. It's at least once a month where we have some kind of expert come in and talk to speakers about something specific in the speaking industry or just marketing a business, business building advice in general. And we have a regular e-newsletter that goes out every week that also gives the same kind of advice. We have a newsletter, a printed newsletter that we send out occasionally and give some more information, but we want people to have that information, that content, so that they can build a sustainable speaking business.
That's great, and I've been grabbing some backlog items of Speaker Match Radio too, some of the podcasts, and yeah, you do a great job on that. So yeah, that's wonderful. I tell you, this is for an emerging speaker, and those numbers you drew out about how many events happen every day and how many of those are professional speakers, a lot of opportunity. So yeah, that is just fantastic. How many people are searching Speaker Match? How many opportunities are coming in daily, and how many people are just coming to the site and checking profiles out?
So we average about 1 to 2 jobs that are posted every day on our open job board. We call that open calls for speakers. Meeting planners come, they don't know exactly who they want, they just put an open call out there. That's about 1 to 2 a day. Most speakers, however, are getting booked with a direct booking. So like you were searching on the search engine, you may come up with a specific speaker's profile, or you may just end up at a page on our site, but then by doing a little more clicking around, you may end up on a specific speaker's profile.
Gotcha.
You have the ability as a meeting planner to invite that speaker individually to respond to your event. Most people are getting booked that way, by a direct request to a meeting planner.
So let me see something. Yeah, you got my screen here. This is the one that came today, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 on here, and some of these actually look pretty interesting. Are these all ones that got put in one day, or because this is published every day?
Yeah, almost always we publish for the following day. We send out our lead feed email goes out every morning at 10 o'clock. That's Central Time. And that's from leads that were posted the previous day that have been validated. So Paul in our office is responsible for getting in touch with the meeting planners and making sure that this is a valid entry, that it's a real person, that they filled out the information. A lot of people don't put enough information in a job lead when they first put it into the system. They don't give our speakers enough to go on. So Paul goes through these leads that come in. He will call the meeting planners, get in touch with them somehow, and make sure that everything is as complete as it can possibly be, so that speakers don't waste meeting planners' time by responding to leads that don't make sense for them, and we don't waste speakers' time by sending them leads that they don't have enough information to go on.
I was thinking of this one. Every entertainer can do Torture Survivor Day, just to be able. Enough of that. Anyway, that's really good. To me, that was one of the real nice pieces of this, just as a daily reminder that, hey, stuff is happening outside of your own vision and scope here that you see. And boy, if you see something like this and are able to say, gosh, I have expertise in that, let me run over to my Speaker Match profile, put up a quick program, submit it for the application, and if I get hired or bookmarked, wonderful. And if I get hired, I have a firm deadline to start working on, and boy, that is just so motivating. So fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, one thing that makes us a little bit different also is that we only post leads from people that are actively searching for speakers. So it's not just a board that has listings of people that put on conferences or lists of people that are having conferences. These are people who are actively looking for speakers right now.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, it's kind of the difference between like a Google search advertisement, which we talk about a little bit, and then a Facebook advertisement where you just happen to see something passively, and in Google, people are actually typing in, this is what I'm looking for at this moment. So, yeah, I love that. Yeah. Hey, how many speakers apply to like a position like, I don't know, it's Torture Survivor Day may not be the best example, but something that gets listed on your job alert board, how many people are heading in to talk about that or to apply for that?
I believe the average is around 8 people that apply to any one opportunity.
It
does seem like there would be a lot more, and there are certainly cases where we have a lot more applications for some jobs, but not everybody who gets a job lead is available to speak at that time. Well, they may not have expertise in the subject matter. So for all the people that do have expertise in the subject matter, they may not be available at that
Yeah.
time, at that location,
Yeah, location
to
might be.
speak for that amount. There are a number of criteria that people rule themselves out for. So
Right.
not everybody's available for every job.
Yeah, that's good. So you have something you are going to offer members of Showbiz Blueprint, get more corporate gigs who watch this interview, and can you talk about how that would work? I have a link on this
Absolutely.
page. I have a link on this page, by the way, that will take you to where Brian's talking about. So we'll just let's go over what he said he'd offer you guys.
Okay, yeah, our services start as low as $9.99 every
Wow.
4 weeks. So very affordable.
Nine
Just
ninety nine a month.
$9.99 every 4 weeks. That's 13 billing cycles. So no,
Yes, 13. Right,
want
right,
to
right.
want to be sure people get that. Not trying to cheat anybody here, but it is every 4 weeks. We did just like the New York Times. Um,
Right.
and this is a subscription-based service, so it is a recurring charge. There is a discount of 10% if you sign up through Barry's link. And Barry, I made it a little bit easier for people that are coming from you. This will go right to
So
to
cool.
give you credit, speakermatch.com/Barry. And be sure that you use the coupon code Barry to get the discount. You'll need to type in the code Barry on the order form.
Love that. Hey, that's great. Expires February 12th, 2015. Wonderful. Well, I hope you guys will jump on this. You see the opportunity there to get inside of there. I've been enjoying my time in Speaker Match so closely. I'm not really even actively out speaking in the world. I'm always looking for opportunities for folks who are followers of Get More Corporate Gigs or Showbiz Blueprint, and this just seemed like something wonderful. And truth be told, of course, most of you know I just wrote a book, had it published. I'm on TV every couple days about it. I Love Me More Than Sugar. And I'm looking inside of Speaker Match for opportunities to speak on the health side of food and nutrition. So it's fantastic. Really thankful that you spent this time with us today, Brian. It's wonderful to take a look inside, hear how this started, because I think how you started this is how a whole bunch of people have started their speaking careers. It starts from something inside. They see a need. And as I said earlier, entertainers, we have a jump start on really anyone else who wants to get on stage and speak, because number one, we're comfortable in front of crowds. We know how to engage people. So thanks so much for building Speaker Match and spending time with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.